Chapter 7. Taxi LT22, cease all power-up activities and hand over remote control to us. You have 1 minute to comply or we will shoot you down. Well, they figured out who we are, that's for sure. The radio voice makes it pretty clear. When it comes to unauthorized launches, the USN on Mars takes things more seriously than the UN on Earth. Power up 85%. Just a couple more minutes, I mumble. Pathing complete. Taxi LT22, the voice comes in once again. This is your last warning. You have 30 seconds to comply. Okay, Doc, I say, my eyes fixed on the dashboard. It's gonna be close. We can take a couple of hits, but I don't know how long it will last. Power up 90%. Taxi LT22, 10 seconds. I ignore them. It feels longer than 10 seconds, but finally the first shot is fired. It misses. That might have been on purpose, or it could have been that the ships are too far out still. I open my mic channel. USN, this is Taxi LT22. Beware of full power-up, clear the engine zone or you will be vaporized. 2 more shots, one hit us, but there's no other reply. The dashboard reports no critical damage. Power up 95%. Doc, hold on tight. Remember those couple of Gs I told you about? They will be here soon. Another 2 shots, both of them hit. An alarm goes off. The shuttle has been breached. It's sealed off from the ship, so there's no need to worry. Too bad for the shuttle though. Another shot. The ship rumbles. Engine failure. Continue power up. What's that? The doctor asks, glancing at the dashboard himself. He's much more stressed than when we were escaping from Earth. One of the engines has been hit. I say without looking up as I'm frantically pressing buttons to reconfigure my engine setup. Now what? He asks with a slight tone of panic in his voice. Don't worry, I say. We can still use the other engine. By the time I said that, I had already made the necessary changes so that power-up continues with a single engine. Get ready, Doc. Power up 100%. Initiate acceleration. The dashboard warns me about one more approaching shot, but it never hits. In an instant, I'm pressed into my seat and it's extremely difficult to move. I usually find the pressure that comes with full power-up acceleration uncomfortable, but now it feels like a relief. It will take an hour to reach near light speed, but the USN ships are already far behind. Space in front of us is shifting more and more from black to blue, which is typical at ultra-high speeds. I keep close track of the engine status. If the second one fails, we're in big trouble. It doesn't fail though. An hour later, we've reached 99.995% C and we're back to 0 Gs once the engine has powered down. You okay? I ask as I break the silence that has been lingering for the past hour and turn away from the dashboard to the doctor. I think so, he replies. Unfortunately, I sigh, it's not done yet. I held off on telling him the news until acceleration was done. We have a damaged engine, but we can accelerate to near light speed and slow back down from it just fine with one. The problem is that our one working engine doesn't have enough fuel for slowdown anymore. Usually the load is balanced between 2 engines, and so is their fuel usage. Now that we've accelerated with one engine alone, it has used almost all the fuel it had. A quick checkup on fuel status tells me that I need at least 3 injections from the damaged engine before we can slow down again. I hope, I tell the doctor, there are still 3 working injections in the damaged engine. Otherwise... What? Otherwise what? The doctor asks, that tone of panic creeping into his voice once again. Look, if we don't have enough fuel, we can't slow down. I let those words sink in for a moment before I continue. If we can't slow down, well, that's the end of the story for us. There's no need to sugarcoat our situation. You mean you accelerated to near light speed without knowing whether we could ever stop again?
It was that or being shot by the USN, remember?
The doctor's panic isn't helping. It's not like I'm at fault here. He insisted on powering up, even though I suggested taking another route. Granted, that was before one of my engines was toast, but still. Besides, I continue, let's not make a big deal out of it before we're truly in trouble. For all we know, the damaged engine's injections are fine. I just need to move them to the other side. Hang on, the doctor interrupts. Are you going on an EVA at near light speed? His panicked voice now changed to a more skeptical one. Yeah, well, it's not impossible, I snap. I've got an EVA suit made especially for it. Okay, I've never done it before. If I fall off, well, I don't need to explain to you how the ship works because you'll be screwed anyway if I don't manage to transfer those injections. Maybe I should explain how deep sleep works and how to rig the system so that you could die a painless death if something were to happen. But the doctor interrupts. Just fix it, he says. The mood now definitely changed for the worse. Maybe it will be good not to be in each other's hair for a moment. So I shrug, say nothing more, and head downstairs. Half an hour later, I'm in my EVA suit in the frontal airlock. I've never done this before, but I know it won't be easy. The most difficult part about doing an EVA at near light speed is that space is almost empty. Almost. At this speed, minuscule dust and radiation particles accumulate into what would feel like a sandstorm on Earth. My suit only guarantees protection for up to 15 consecutive minutes, so as soon as the airlock opens, I'm on the clock to inspect the damaged engine, find and detach 3 working injections, move them to the left outrigger of the ship, into the engine, and get back to the airlock. I press the button. The airlock opens. I'm immediately pushed backwards, but my boots are magnetically attached to the floor and it only takes a couple of seconds to regain my balance. I gasp when I look up and see the sparkling stripes and flashes of light. These are minuscule dust particles flying by at nearly the speed of light. Each of them leaves a light trail as thin as a hair. They aren't visible from within the cockpit with its filtered glass, but from the outside, they resemble an infinite sea of fireflies in space. For a moment, I stand in awe, but I know I'm on the clock, so I force myself forward, turn and grab the handle on the right side of the airlock. My muscles ache pretty quickly as I pull myself forward while I'm fighting the invisible storm around me, but I manage to hold on tight and crawl towards the right outrigger. I hoist myself on top of it, turn backwards, and once again I'm stunned by an amazing view. The redshifted space behind us glows like the most magnificent sunset without any visible horizon. I reach the broken engine and see how the injectors are directly exposed. The cover plate is nowhere to be found. Most likely, it ripped off after our somewhat hasty departure from Mars. Luckily, all injections seem fine. It's only the engine that was damaged, not the injectors in front of it. We're in luck. Granted, my ship is in bad condition with a missing cover plate and a damaged shuttle, but none of those issues are life-threatening. I grab the first injection rod, turn it clockwise, and lift it out of the injector. It instantly slips out of my fingers and flies off. Just holding it doesn't seem to work. I should have thought of magnetizing my glove. Luckily, the injection didn't hit the ship. I lift up the second one, and this one holds. I magnetically attach it to my leg. Now the third and the fourth. I've got 3 full injections and 10 more minutes. Let's go. The light spectacle around me reflects faint stripes of light on the hull as I crawl my way onto the left outrigger. I'm sweating, my muscles burn, but we're on the right track. This engine's injectors are exposed as well, their cover plate ripped off. I immediately spot the ones that need to be replaced. Full injection rods emit a soft, dark glow, empty ones don't. I pull out 5 depleted ones in total, leaving 2 full ones. If I add the 3 I have with me, we'll have just enough for slowdown on one engine. One by one, I strap the empty ones to my leg and back and replace them with new rods. I do a final check. All are firm in place. 4 more minutes. Time to get back. Full of sweat, I strap into my seat half an hour later. Okay, Doc, we're good, I say when I see the dashboard reporting 5 full injections in the left engine. Maybe we should have a proper talk.